Welcome to What's on Tap and What's Coming, your semi monthly review of what's on tap around Wisconsin breweries or what's on tap and Wisconsin breweries. And I'm your host, Greg Washington, founder of the Badger Beer Report. So we will start here with one of the big three, as I call them. Uh, Everybody knows who this is, New Glarus Brewing Company. Their frambois is tasting fantastic and can be found out in the wild in Wisconsin. Friendly reminder, I think this one's been around for a little bit now. But I don't know, y'all. Get out there if you want to see it or get it. Might be drying up soon. New Glarus ain't saying that, but I am. I haven't had this one. I got to go grab it. So anywhere you find your New Glarus, um, you will find frambois. Starting here in my area, Madison, here, we have Young Blood. Young Blood has an American Pale Ale, Dry Hop Mosaic, and Vista. Hmm, okay. And then, oh, 35 degrees Fahrenheit. So they cold fermented this one. Sounds great. And then, of course, what we get an IPA and we get a sour out of Young Blood almost weekly, actually. Fruit punch sour. That sounds excellent. 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 4.2 low ABV. So just enough bite to let you know everything is not fine, it says. So he's aggressively passive is the name of it. So I'm expecting it to be not that sour. I'm not sure. I want to try it though. Sounds great. It's at Youngblood now. Y'all on tap? Oh, I found this one interesting. Untitled Art, which is near Youngblood, and we're still in the Madison area here in Waunakee, Wisconsin. And they say dry January isn't for everyone, and that's okay. But for those who celebrate stout saison, the hopheads, they have a bunch of. They want to remind you, basically, is what this post felt like to me. They want to remind you that Untitled Art does more than just the NAs, which they've really become known for. So I see a stout here. I see a Citra Velvet IPA. I see some blueberry thing down there. I see a chocolate cake, or what is that? Chocolate peanut butter cake, something. I think the point here is this, if you're near Untitled Art, or if you're near Wanakee, stop in to see what's going on. If not, they have a robust web page that they keep updated as far as what is on tap and maybe what y'all can find around town if you can't get to Wanakee. But this is Untitled Art saying, "Yo, we make more than NA beer," which they do. And NA fans I hear around the country really like Untitled Art's NA selections, and y'all might like their non NA selections. Last Ditch Brew Pub. I visited Last Ditch Brew Pub actually on the day that this post was made, and they had two beers on tap that day. They debuted their chocolate ancho chili milk stout, which I can tell you I had myself, and it was excellent. And it wasn't, it was a real subtle chili going on there, but you could taste the chocolate. You got a little bit of the chili, and then it definitely finished off like a milk stout. So it was milky and creamy. It was very nice, very nice. I didn't have the No Boil IPA, and I wish I did. But what I also had at Last Ditch Brew Pub was a milk. What was it? A marshmallow peanut butter brown ale? Right. Something like that. It was great, y'all. It was great. They pulled it off. So at Last Ditch Brew Pub, they have this the chili beer, especially if you like, mellow chili beers. This was a good one. And then it had that nice milk finish for a milk stout. It was nice. And then they had if they still have that marshmallow peanut butter one. make sure you get that in a flight or ask for it at Last Ditch Brew Pub in Kenosha. And then later that day, yeah, I went to Tailwinds and I had both of these actually. I didn't even know I was just there my first time. It was at a busy time. I had one flight and it had two of these beers in it. And the pale lager was fun, light. It was, that easy drinking light lager that everybody likes at some point in your beer drinking journey. Some people get stuck on that style for sure, right? But that was a nice light drinker. It was everything you would think it would be. Um, you know, just straight, pale lager. Um, executed, you know, as it should be. Now the jet fuel, the jet fuel American barley wine was fantastic. I even posted on Badger Beer Report that it was barley wine is life. Yeah, that's a really, really fine, nice, drinkable, approachable, not too boozy barley wine out of Tailwinds Brewing. If y'all like barley wines, you have to get your hands on this one. I don't think it's going away. I mean, it may go away on tap, but this is one I plead with them to continue to brew because it's great. And hopefully, Tailwinds is only what 2 years, 2 years, yeah, 2 months old. So maybe we'll see some of that jet fuel and some nice barrels soon here. Maybe some J. Henry barrels or some what's the goat one? Yeah, yeah. Y'all know what I'm talking about. It's a good one. If y'all can get there soonish, check out both of these beers. But as y'all can tell in my voice, I really enjoyed the jet fuel at Tailwinds Brewing, one of our newest breweries in Wisconsin. So there's a lot of news about this beer, this non-alcoholic beer, out of Eagle Park Brewing, Solid State. These are non-alcoholic beers, but I believe that they're brewed in a traditional brewing way. I believe. I listened to Chris and Jake's interview. In fact, I was producing it, and it all still went over my head. But these don't have, they have a very, very little alcohol. So much little that, they can get the non-alcoholic label on them. But Chris really enjoyed them. Check out not only his article in Milwaukee Magazine, we have the full live interview out on Spotify and YouTube. So those are, I believe, on tap right now at Eagle Park in Milwaukee, both in Milwaukee and Muskego, and other places where you can find um, Eagle Park Brewing beer. You'll be able to find that. And there's a reel we put out that Jake explains, that we cut from our interview yesterday. Jake explains where you can find this non-alcoholic for you dry January participants. Happy birthday, Hoya Hop House, celebrating their birthday tomorrow. We'll get to that in a couple minutes. But they just brewed a collaboration beer. This says it was released earlier this month. But I'm pretty sure it still should be on tap at hopefully 608 and Hoya Hop House. And this is a Czech Pills. These guys got together for their love of lagers, basically, and um, brewed a fantastic looking Czech Pills. And you can see clearly they had fun on Brew Day. What's up, Phil? And yeah, so check that out at Hoya Hop House, and we will be mentioning them this in a little bit here. Fifth Ward Brewing Company in Oshkosh, Wisconsin, has a Mango Tango High Five, a TH infused sparkling water. Yeah, not a beer, y'all, but you know, does this fit into dry January? Asking for me, but if it does for you, this will fit in for you on this dry January. I'm excited. I think I'm headed to Fifth Ward for the first time soon, and I'm excited for Fifth Ward. So I put this on here because I saw this is the thing that they posted. They also probably posted beer too because they're really good at posting their beer. But I wanted to throw this out there as a question to our dry January participants. Do THC infused sparkling waters, does that count or no? Um, because I guess it could be dry alcohol, right? Or dry period, or not sure. But anyway, for those who do the THC, check out Fifth Word. And also for those who do the beer, believe me, they're gonna have something that you're gonna like from what I know and what I hear about it. So I'm really anxious to jump in and head over to Fifth Ward for the first time, hopefully soon. Here's a brewery I wasn't yeah, here's a brewery I was at, but not Ogama, but recently I was at Anape, and we have a double dry hopped hazy. Here we go. Galaxy, Azaka, and Citrus. Really nothing more to see here but your normal hazy. It looks the part, feels the part, and it's fresh at Anape and Ogama. Ooh, we are going very far across the state, about what, 5 hours up to Earth Rider, which I love to call Canada. In the dry January spirit, we are accenting our breweries who are doing things for y'all dry January participants. And this is another one here, NA Hop Water, made with fresh Lake Superior water in Idaho 7 and Sultana hops. Sounds really delicious. I would love to try this one, but I am not that close to Earth Rider. But for those who are, try that one. Now this one's right up my alley, y'all. You already know. A churro porter, 5%. One of my favorite northern Wisconsin breweries, Rush River. Had a great time when I was there one time. I need to get back. So this is a classic cinnamon pastry, y'all. Layers of caramel, chocolate, and black malt lay the foundation, with a hint of cinnamon and sweet and aromatic. Oh, it sounds great. Sounds great. I hope it's not too sweet and I hope it's not too cinnamony, but I would love to try it. And if any of y'all get to it, please let us know here. Shout out to Rush River. That sounds delicious. Sticking up there in the northern western part of Wisconsin, we have another barrel age peanut butter. I was talking about the one from last ditch. We have a fresh and can now bourbon barrel age honeys 6.6 peanut butter and honey golden age at 1 year in bourbon barrels. Yeah, I gotta go find that one tomorrow. That sounds great. I don't know if it made it down here to Madison, but if it did, I'm looking for it. Oliphant, it's on tap there too, y'all, if y'all close enough. Coming back down south here, but western Wisconsin, we have Gravity Box in Milton. I always get this one, or Malston. Malston. It's Malston, not Milton. They have Getting Figgy with it. It's a fruited sour at 5%, natural fig, plum, cranberry, and pear. Hints of brown sugar and vanilla. I mean, that sounds like a Fig Newton, right? I was never a fan of the Fig Newton, or I'm not a fan of Fig Newtons, but I'm pretty sure that's what they're going for with that one. That was released yesterday, so that is on tap at Gravity Box right off the highway, y'all. Jump off. I did once and I was rewarded for that jump off. And there's also a really neat cheese shop basically around the corner, but like 10 minutes away, 5 minutes away. Really, I forget what the cheese shop's called, but it's really cool. It's really cool. And Gravity Box, y'all. Uh, nice little spot there, right off the highway. And it's time for upcoming events. Uh, we got a few here that I would like to accent. So we'll get into that and then we'll get out of here for the weekend. We got, as mentioned before, Hoya Hop House first year birthday is tomorrow. They came in last year. I think, yeah, I think it was January 10th, January 11th. They're gonna have a re-release of Under the Canopy. They're gonna have jewelry, tattoos, music. I'm sure I don't see it here, but I'm sure anniversary releases like breweries normally do. It's a beautiful, big, nice uh tap room with a lot of plants, and it's big and open, but it's warm. Their birthday party goes 12 hours tomorrow, y'all, from 11 to 11, and it's going to be a big bash. Congrats to Michelle and the family for making it 1 year, and shout out to Hoya Hop House, 1 year old tomorrow. Oh, a brewery I visited recently and had a good time was Mobcraft, and they are going full into the dry January. I believe this is the second annual, or no, no, no. It's the first annual NA Fest at Mobcraft because they haven't been open for a year, at least the new Mobcraft, right, y'all? So this one here has untitled art. Looks like Brewdog, Great Lakes Distillery, and there's going to be a tasting session from 1 to 5. They're going to have beer floats, desserts for those who aren't doing the dry. So, or they're gonna have the NAs all over the place, expanded NA menu. You get in for free. There's gonna be a mocktail speakeasy. That sounds fun. This looks like a whole bunch of fun, y'all. And this is not this Saturday; it's next Saturday. Uh, and it's in Milwaukee at Mobcraft. But you could plan ahead for those who do those things. But it looks like really, really fun. A lot of fun here with the music, and you can drink all day with the NAs, right, y'all? And we are accenting here on the Badger Beer Report, the Inventors Winter Beer Invitational. This is a new uh festival put on by Inventors Brew Pub and Trevor Thurston, the head brewer there. It is on January 24th. You can check their social media for updates on the brewers. You can also check our social media for a quick little clip that Trevor and I jumped on. Was it Wednesday? Yeah, and we talked about the Winter Invitational. We also talked about the Homebrew Expo, which is the day before. Um, there are still available openings for any homebrew club who wants to pour. We got Trevor told me today at least 5 or 6 we have homebrew clubs ready to pour. So if y'all would like to pour, we're still looking for entries for this. And yeah, all this information on the Homebrew Expo and the Winter Festival is on inventorsbrewpub.com, or you could Google that, or you could Gemini that, or you can find that. But yeah, so that's gonna be there. I will put myself at 80% to be there. So I will probably be at definitely the festival on Saturday. I can't miss it. It will be fun. It's gonna be fun. So if y'all are interested in Port Washington on January 24th, please go to the website and check it out. And on that note, I will bid y'all adieu and say happy January. If you do the dry January, please involve your local brewery. They have more than a few options, literally every one of them at this point, to help you get through the dry January. If you're not, they're there also with, you know, the regular stuff. And they really need your support now in January. It's the toughest time of the year in the industry, but they are ready for y'all dry January, folks. We seen with Eagle Park and the different things, the mocktails and the mocktails and the NA Fest and all the different things. And I don't know, does THC, is that, can that be part of dry January? Either way, they got those too. So y'all have a great weekend. We will probably see you here next week on Untapped and what's coming. And I am your host, Greg Washington. And I want to thank you for spending a little time with me on your Friday afternoon or even your Friday evening if you're catching this later. Cheers and tune into Badger Beer Report for all your Wisconsin brewery and beer information, news, events, and needs. Cheers.